So the Jamaican government has launched a national rural school bus system to improve access to safe and affordable transportation for students in rural areas. This initiative aims to address the challenges that are faced by rural students who often have to walk long distances or rely on unsafe transportation methods. However, it appears that some children are not taking the buses. It's believed it could be due to a lack of music, and it's also believed to be due to parental concerns about the buses being associated with the Jamaica Labour Party. This morning, we're joined by the president of the National Parent Teachers Association of Jamaica, Mr. Stewart Jacobs, who's my guest at this time in The Big Story. Good morning, Mr. Jacobs, and welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm fine, Richard, and good morning to you and your listeners. Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure, Stewart. Have you been picking up concerns about the political affiliation as one of the reasons why students are not taking the buses or being allowed to take the buses?
Yes, it's been picked up. It's been it's very blatant and sad as it is, because we should try our best to be logical when we have our children and when we are caring for our children, and not allow politics or our personal things to come in the way of our children's progress. The government must be lauded for this initiative. We, the NPTAJ, had asked for it from 2021-22. We asked for it. It didn't happen in 23. And we actually demanded of the government to meet with them, to ask them to have it done. It was done. The pilot project came out, and it's just unfortunate that the buses they came just at the cusp of the election, and so it became a political toy, like a pawn. But elections are done and gone with. But one thing for sure, our children are here, and their education is here to stay, to take them to the future. The buses are safe. That's one. Two, the buses have a tracker on it. The buses have a camera on it. The drivers are certified. It cannot go any faster than how it's supposed to go. It has a speed governor. Mm-hmm. And it is safe, big, and comfortable. If you are going to allow your children to travel in what exists in some areas with transportation, you're putting your children's life at risk, because these taxis drive carelessly, the speed, and what is even more damning is the lewd, slack music that is played in those and the conversations of adults in those and the physical advancement of men on the little girls, and vice versa. It happens in the public transport. So the government has provided this comfort of safety and assurance of reaching to school on time. Because what we must understand is that the travel between home and school should be symbiotic. Mm-hmm. It should be smooth. There shouldn't be any unnecessary intervals. It should be as if you're stepping out of your gate into your classroom, out of your classroom, into your home. What exists now with the public transport system, the regular transport system, is that there is so much distractions. And let's not blame the children, let's not blame them. Children are impressionable. They want excitement. They want the pulse to be up and going. So when they take these other public transport and the music that is played and the supposed exciting conversations, they are exciting conversations for the future, not for now. They should be thinking about Pythagoras theorem going to school.
I mean,
That's what they should be thinking about.
I was very happy when I heard that the buses, you have access to Wi-Fi, so students are traveling and they can maybe do some research for their homework and stuff like that. But on the matter of music and entertainment, are there any considerations being given to adding some degree of music and or entertainment options on the buses to sort of make them more appealing to the students?
I wouldn't be able to speak definitively, but that is something that I would not have a problem asking the Minister of Education and Minister of Transport to consider, because we could be playing some good Bob Marley's inside there, of course. We could be playing
Yes.
music, or even have a nice presentation on civic, on Marcus Garvey, and our national heroes,
Yeah.
and our symbols. These are things that can be played, so it regurgitates in their brain going home and going to school. So that's a fantastic idea. It's something that I will definitely speak to them about it. Definitely.
It looks like the NPTAJ now has a job on your hand, it seems, Stewart, to sort of ensure that the bus system is seen as neutral, as non-partisan, and an initiative that benefits all students, regardless of their parents' political affiliations.
Yeah, the very same way, because we're politically aligned. You know, we just speak on what we think is in front of us for nation building, through our children, through our education, our school system. So it matters not which party had won the election on September 3rd. It matters not. Our message would be the same. The buses are safe. The buses, put it this way, it makes sense. The buses, the rural school bus system makes sense. And put me on record for saying that. It makes sense. When you can have, if you look at other jurisdictions, Belize, where I lived for a while, as small as that country is in terms of its population, no child takes public transport. Those yellow buses take them to the little villages and the little hamlets to and from school. And in some of the villages, I lived in a village, one of the village, they pick them up for lunch, take them into the village, they have lunch, wait for them, and take them back to school. Those are the buses, so they don't need to be taking public transport. If you want our country to advance, we must make education affordable and comfortable for our children. For the next 2 months, you are not paying to go on these buses. It is free of cost. It doesn't cost you. Why would you stand up at a bus stop? And why would you encourage your child not to take a bus because of your political affiliation? Then it means then that every tree in this country should be painted another color.
Yes.
Every tree in this country must be, and everything that has another color, such as orange. The sun at 12 o'clock in the day should be painted out because it is orange. Let's stop being ridiculous now, man.
Yeah.
Let's stop it.
Do-
Our forefathers, Bustamante, Norman Manley, they were related, and they had political arguments on the stage. After that, both of them moved on to build two unions. And out of those two unions came two political parties. For what? Not for Jamaicans to hate each other, but to work with each other and build this country.
Yes.
That's what political parties were built for.
When we also heard that the buses will be equipped with tracking devices so that parents and guardians can in fact track the movement of their children, we also thought that was a good idea. But are you picking up whether or not this is being seen as a deterrent in the scenario?
No, I think it's one of the features that is appreciated, because the safety of our children is paramount, and when you can, it helps with efficiency too. Because if you are going to move from up into wherever you are to come and meet your child at the bottom of the road at the road, you can time it to say, okay, it will be here in 10 minutes, and it is there in 10 minutes because it's being tracked, and therefore the probability, unfortunately and sad, that of your child being kidnapped or taken away is limited, almost zero when they go on those buses, those places, that transportation of safety. That transportation of safety. And it's something we should look at and think about.
It is, yes, it is quite unlikely that as the NPTAJ, that you or even the government, for that matter, would get the support of the opposition on this, because it was really a big issue leading into the elections. But how are you already thinking now at the NPTAJ to cooperate, collaborate, and work with the government to try to change this view and to see if more students will, over time, be taking these buses? Any plans?
Yes, the proof is in the eating and pudding. For parents who have experienced it, ask them to go on social media and write the positive things about it. I will ask for our school administrators to encourage our children to take the buses. And I like what happened in Spanish Town yesterday, where the authorities were there, insisting that they move from the loitering and get into the buses and go to school, or get into the buses and go home. So with that in mind, we will continue to encourage good sense to prevail at all times. And whatever ideas the government has to improve the education system, whichever party comes in, and if the opposition has a good idea, we'll go with it also. We will encourage it. And we will, if the opposition has a good idea and there's resistance from the government side, we will ask the government to consider it, and vice versa. So it's all about developing and continue to grow and sustain our education system through PTAs, working with school administration, working with the wider society to ensure that every child that is coming out of school is at least given that opportunity to succeed.
Stewart Jacobs, always a pleasure talking with you. Thanks for your time and your thoughts this morning. Have yourself a wonderful day.
Same to you, Richie, and your listeners.
All right. Much appreciated.